a scale here. If you ever played Buried from Zombies, then you kind of know what you're staring at here. So the mansion on this side, and then all the town. Let me drop to the ground real quick and try to run around a little bit. Just quickly, then I'll fly back out and show you some other things. All this stuff is playable. So all this kind of interior space has all the loot that you'd expect of kind of a primary destination, has all the kinds of tricks and traps and backsides and flow-throughs and all the things that you would know. And this is all covered up, so you're not going to have anybody dropping on you. The downside of it being underground is that you can't actually just sort of escape through the top. There's no clear way to get back through there. So you're going to have to use one of the many ways to get out, which means the chokes, when you're trying to get in and out of a destination like this, can be
like that,
severe.
man.
There's only sort of 3 primary ways in and out, which means your entrances are not the same things as your exits, and you cannot just sort of surface jump from the top of something.
This is non-tilted towers, boys.
So this is kind of what, whoops, oh, good. Cannot get the dev GUI there.
Yeah, Blackout's the new hot chick right now, man. Zombies used to be at the end, bro. Always at the end. Now Blackout's like the main thing.
And then the way down.
But I like Blackout though, I don't know.
Of Ghost Town.
Wish Zombies was like that much loved,
so we
man.
have a lot of fun. This one is particularly my favorite. It's like a one-way kind of slide down this mine shaft, which can be pretty entertaining and choky. So this is a significant destination add. Just to put this in perspective, if you look at the playable space and the amount of interior room and the number of places that things can go, you're talking construction site level spawning of items here. So this will be a pretty fun and pretty insane destination that provides a particularly new experience into the Blackout map. Now, just before we stop on that, there's another thing to talk about. This is not the only thing that we did. So I'm going to show you 3 examples of stuff. So there's things that we've done inside the Blackout map, which we would call completely new. So there's this entire kind of camp section behind where the dam is and where the offices are. So if you look at where I am on the map up here, there's Hydro. This is a very popular drop for myself and Davey in the Bridge Ambush community. Shout out, boys. I'll see you tonight. You got this thing right here, which is where this is. So now you've got pressure on Hydro, not just from the guys who drop short on offices or the guys coming up from Asylum, but also this whole thing, which is now pretty viable. It's like a decent, viably suitable place to drop. If you know, you're going to be less looted, but then you're going to put pressure on the guys to come in. So that's what we call new, and there's more than one of those. The other one is down here. This is another example of something inside the map that's completely new. But that's not sort of the totality of that story either. Let me go over, find my way here. This is what doing it live looks like, guys. I'm going to come over here and drop what we would probably call, or what you would call, apartments or condos. You remember this section of the map here is typically has been 6 buildings, what we called the 6-pack, or actually that was
adding 2 extra.
I think you guys picked up 6-pack, and then we now have it as an 8-pack. So now this is even more viable as a potential first drop, even in a quad game. So you get some pretty fun activity, sort of guys fighting across the street from one another or house to house. Now there's 8 buildings. So again, you're not going to walk out of here completely looted up with the quad game, but you're definitely walking out of here in a duo game and or solo game super looted up. So that's what we would call expanded. So you have new, which are destinations which didn't exist, sort of secondary. You have these, which are expanded, and there's lots of these. I want to show you one more because firing range fans will be thrilled to death or very, 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 very unhappy with me. So here's another one that's gotten expanded. Look how close this is to firing range. So if you get drop firing range and you cleared it all out and you think you're done, maybe, maybe not, because you're going to have this destination which has been expanded, putting pressure on you coming down from the hill here. And this is an absolutely tough fight. It's tough enough as it is. I mean, now it's even tougher still. So
yeah, Blackout's getting everything. I like it though, but
close to, they're not as large as or significant as, but they're also adjacent to, and that puts interesting pressure on players. One last one to talk about, sort of, and that's, you know, more macro than that. What you'll see along the way is kind of different and more supporting things, sort of running along your typical paths that are just sort of expanded. I think this one by the riverbank here. Let's see, where am I?
Yeah, some of those the support structure additions we've added.
Guys, thoughts and opinions? You're letting your dogs out, or you're hitting Treyarch with the fry pan? Let me know, man.
So with these new support structures and my leisurely jaunt from place to place, destination to destination, I have more places to kind of explore and look at. What's that? What is that?
What's that? What is this?
That's a. Oh. That's a dope muscle.
It's time to wager on, to wager. Oh no.
So as as you're driving around.
No, this is lit, man. I like Blackout, man. I really do. And this is kind of good, man. I actually like it, man. I'm letting my dogs out, man. I'm just firing them out, man. I'm just letting them out, man.
Survey stakes as an example.
Yeah.
Where these things might be going, and with the high degree of wait.
What is that, David?
What's that? What's that?
That's the 5-0.
Whoa! No.
5-0, brother.
Matt.
There you go.
Orbital reset, ready for deployment. We need that in multiplayer, man.
No
Oh
enemies,
my god.
just the one
Oh
man.
my god. What have you done?
No, you can't
Oh, it
turn
does
those
have
off.
that, bro.
You
Damn.
can't turn those off. You lose the sensor dart functionality.
Why would you turn them off?
Well, if you want to be a little bit stealthier, if you want to go for a
No,
more
I like that, man. But I feel like that a lot of people will abuse it, though.
I think
So
I've outlived my usefulness on this one.
Thanks, Hot Fuzz. Appreciate it. All right.
I'm never gonna hear the end of this.
not letting my dogs
so,
out. I'm just letting
Dad,
them
is there
out,
anything
man.
else in
I'm
the
just.
Blackout front that you